Good morning, children. How are you today, huh? I'm having my tea. Cold air's starting to finally kick in around here, so, it tends to roughen my throat a tad, I find. Mega Maze! Oh boy. Really, the only way, like, a maze can be, fun is if I'm physically in one. You know? Preferably if I'm being chased by people in, like, foam minotaur outfits who don't know how seriously I'm going to take this. Oh, Andre, bro. Such a bummer. Him and Lance Reddick. We gotta fucking put a tube around Keith David. Because, God, we have lost too many of the great black character actors and voices. I mean, Lance fucking Reddick, man. Loved him since fucking season 1 of goddamn The Wire. I mean, credit where it's due. This feels like some kind of 90s sport intro, you know? Welcome to Monday Night Mega Maze. That'd be color commentary. Like, I've successfully beaten the maze, but every now and then I kind of flip out and think I'm back in it. Alright, section 1. Like, no. Okay, so I move one ball and other. So I'm just moving all the balls at once, really, is what's going on here. Oh, well, now I'm fucked. Do I have to get them in the just? Oh, okay, right, okay. So I thought I might have to arrange them in the same spot. I didn't know touching balls destroyed balls. I feel like that's, Was this like a fucking Price is Right game or some shit, you know? Cause fucking feels like one. Ah, fuck, I forgot about Michael K. Williams too. God damn it. Because, I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily regard Brooklyn Nine-Nine as one of the all-time great sitcoms. It was good, but no, I wouldn't really call it one of the all-time greats. Captain Holt is one of the all-time great sitcom characters, though. Absolutely fantastic. Just brilliant. Oh boy. Entire day of learning that Mega doesn't live up to its fucking... Alright, come on. Mega Phoenix! That's a fucking bold... Yeah, like everything else... Not always, but definitely could... Like, yeah, I remember Supermarket Sweep. They had that for a little while in Australia. I mean, I don't... I think that's a terror... Alright, steady on that, Pablo. Alright. Like, lots of... Oh, man. It's just fucking Galaga. I wasn't ready. Come the fuck on. How fucking fast was that? Like, the rest of... Oh, piss. I'm not playing fucking Pterodon Galaga. Like, the rest of Brooklyn Nine-Nine could skew twee. And that's mostly, like, and again, not all the time. Like, I watched all of it. Like, there was definitely other stuff in there that was, genuinely very funny. But, like, Andre Braugher could bring that gravitas to absurdity. He had that, like, Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun quality, where, because of that, the ridiculous shit carried so fucking well. So he could be really weird. And most of the time his really weird was within, some relatively realistic bounds. Like, I'll never forget the fucking Halloween episode, like the Halloween prank episode where he pointed out that the championship belt is a championship cummerbund because it goes around the fucking waist and not the hips. I've been watching wrestling since I was, like, born. This entire time it's been a championship cummerbund. I mean, I'd put it a little above average, particularly for the period it was in. It was, again, it was just, it's that issue of everyone in it was, like, slightly goofy and not able to summon the fucking, presence that Andre Braugher had to, like, handle any of the shifts to serious. So the whole thing kind of wound up feeling like a lot of the time, and again, it wasn't awful. It's just, sometimes it did have that energy of a sanctimonious tweet. But again, Brower was just able to, when he commits, you end up committing along with him. And he'd commit to some nuts shit. I mean, in a lot of ways, Lance Reddick had that in him as well, where it was just like, yeah, I'll show up on fucking, whatever the fuck. Ah, God, what's his name with that deranged Tonight Show? You know the one I'm talking about. Like, he went on that and was just batshit insane. Okay. And it's a thing, like, it's nice to see people sort of figure it out a little bit, but, like, humor, and it's something I've brought up in, like, the Simpsons articles, but humor is about deviation. It doesn't matter, and all it has to be is deviation. If everything around you is ridiculous, being very, very serious is the deviation. That's why, like, Leslie Nielsen's screamingly funny on Airplane. And it's an important detail that gets lost in a lot of, like, comedy. Mega Destroyer Frantis. Wasn't he in Dark Souls? Holy fuck, I'm going in directions. That doesn't feel right. Some kind of madness. I still feel like I'm in the demo. Like, I can't. Okay, so I think I'm trying to destroy. I think I'm on the Mega Destroyer. I have only 10 ships. It's like, okay. I didn't know I'd lost any. I mean, I feel like I'm not fucking. I feel like I'm not playing well enough to, like, fucking be succeeding in any way, shape, or form, Okay, no, I am apparently losing lots of ships, I'm just not noticing it. Super extra ship. I mean, look, that's not the worst thing in the world. Honestly, there was probably a point in time where that would have been pretty swish. 91. Yeah, that's about the point in time. Francis. Brain keeps reading it as Francis. I still want to do my, like, serious version of, like, a children's horror show like that. I maintain children should be terrified. I'm very pro scaring the bejesus out of children. And you can get away with a lot without having a bunch of, like, exploding heads, Like, one of my favorite things is always finding out ways to completely torment people, but within rule structures that prevent me from getting in trouble. Big fan of that. Just getting someone to go completely batshit in a way that if they try to explain it to anybody else, will make them seem like an irrational lunatic. And there's like, there's great paths to scaring the bejesus out of children, in that. And, some of them have been, like, some of them do exist, Like, like, once me and Amber are done with, like, Round the Twist, which is going to happen eventually, like, I've got an idea for a follow-up series, because it's a TV show that there are days I think I'm the only person that watched, The Good Place is quite good. Like, The Good Place definitely, like, fucking manages. I think the most interesting thing about Good Place is it changes every fucking... Like, I mean, it also has one of my favorite moments in a fucking sitcom, where Eleanor figures it out at the end of season 1. And just, one of my favorite things is just, like, the way humans laugh in weird, sort of, in awkward and tense moments, And Ted Danson's laugh at the end of season 1 is still one of my all-time favorite fucking things. It's so fucking, it's like, yeah, I've been caught. And again, it's that thing of, like, it resonates with me because I'm a sewer clown. But it's that thing of, you've caught me in a weird, elaborate torment game that I've done for my own amusement because there's probably seriously something wrong with me. Oh yeah, a key to, like, and that's why one of the reasons why Life of Brian's the better film. Is it's a film, and Graham Chapman's in it being serious. And it perfectly highlights, like, he's trying to make this not happen. But there's just this absurdity around him, and everything he does makes it worse. Are You Afraid of the Dark and the Goosebumps shows actually did have some episodes that were, like, reasonably like, hey, that's not bad, Alright, I'm Lieutenant Colonel killed in action. Okay. Like, can I not, like, fucking... active, alright. Yeah, sure. God, man, come on. Let's just, like, okay, I'll accept that. I'm an accepting person, Alright. Done. Dear. This is, Oh! Okay, do I click that, or do I click that? Okay, we need battery power. Okay. Okay, come on, you can do this. There's range. There's an air brake now. Land. Start. Okay, that's some kind of timer. Nav, U, X, parking brake. Okay, air brake, range, radar. Okay, is that the battery? Shit. Alright, I gotta fucking... Oh, wait, power. Okay. Flaps. Always funny. Power everything. Okay. That did not power everything. Okay, that's not powering. Okay. God damn it. Oh. I can God's honestly truth not believe I actually did the windshield wiper bit. Plit code, no, okay, nav. I thought I'd be able to find it. I really did. I mean, is this, no, I don't think like those. Oh. Alright, well that's enough of flaps we've had. Okay, so, like I feel like that should, like that says there's power there, Like I feel like that's what that should be. I think those are indicators. Right. Alright, none of those appear to do anything. Okay, probably shouldn't fiddle with that. Okay. Alright, I got out of the plane, so that's not great. I mean, come on, where is it? Like, I cannot, you know. Fuck it. He has a wife, you know. I love that. So, the follow-up joke isn't even as funny as the setup for it. Like, the setup is just so good. Like, the tone in his voice, the look is so, you know, at once so innocent, but also so terribly threatening. Just the menace in this simple, he has a wife, you know. Do you find it risible? It's just so fat. And again, that's like, you know, the joke isn't he's a goofy, dumb joke character. The joke is he is taking himself incredibly seriously, and all of this is. Wait a minute, did I just delete the wrong thing? I think I did. No, that was Mega Fortress. Alright, good, fuck it. Fuck it in its stupid butt. Ah, look! Maybe this is something different. You find it risible? It's just so fucking good. Has a wife, you know. And see, that's another one. That's a good example of what I'm talking about. You can't explain to people why it's so fucking funny that, like, even if you try to contextualize it, you know, even if you're there going, he's a, like, fucking, you know, a fucking local Roman fucking leader asking, you know, he has a wife, you know, like, why is that line so fucking funny? And it comes down to all these tiny little fucking details. Okay. I don't have a player 2. I don't want player 2. Player 2 can fuck off. Alright, look. Let's just, like, you know. Digicraft. You know, like, he's kind of like. It's like, yeah, like, the soldiers are trying not to laugh. And it's like, okay, yeah, but, like, you know. Man, there's like a minimum of 2 players. I don't have any friends. What's wrong with you? That's just rude. Megamorph! I wonder if this is what I'm thinking of. Honestly, the 3rd season of Deadwood is like I do the same thing. Like I do it with games a lot. Well, I'll play something like 2 hours a day every day for a week, and then I'll miss a day, and then I just won't get back to it for like ages. And it's not like it's a bad game. Like I will say, some of these are objectively very good games, and I just don't get back to it for reasons I can't quite explain. It's that issue of starting and finishing with me, you know. This is fun. Alright, this isn't what I was expecting, and I certainly wasn't expecting to show up on at a bus in front of, like, some kind of scientist abode. We need more fucking, you know. The quality of mad scientists we have today is just dismal. There was an Aboriginal guy on one of the Australian $20 note for a while, and I remember reading about him. And it's tragically just a sentence on the Wikipedia, and I've been trying to get more information, but he was trying to get some kind of anti-gravity device going, and I am obsessed with that. Like, that is just fantastic, you know. Honestly, I don't have that problem really anymore. Okay, I'm in a state of metamorphosis. Like the, you know... Okay. Oh, it is! Yeah, alright. What? Okay, how do I... There we go. Oh, alright, the D-pad's used for changes. Okay. Alright, I thought I had to pick those up, but I don't. I think. Okay, for some reason I don't seem able to... Oh, there we go. See, I wanted to turn into that from, like, you know... Oh, that's a great... Okay, yeah. I see that now. Science turned me into a ball! Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm steam. Oh, but I can't get out. That's just... Oh, that's shit. I mean, I know this was on... Like, this was on console. I mean, this was on consoles. Like... I can't remember which ones. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I can't go into the fart tube. That's a shame. I mean, I've already fucked up. I've used, like, every one of my transformations way too many times. What does this do? Take yeah. Haha. Oh, I can fucking see the whole deal now that I've got a map. That's nice. Honestly, like, these aren't, like, the little fucking morph things isn't, like, terrible. Naked Launch isn't a book you gotta read like a book. You've just gotta plow through it like it's a stream of consciousness. I mean, I'll never forget the thought of using a fucking eyedropper to get heroin into a really gouged out vein. Yeah, I'll keep that. You know, I think that works. I don't think the SNES one has like I'm pretty sure it's on like the 16 bits. I don't know if it's on the Mega Drive. Where are ya? Okay. Combats. I know it's on one of them because I've definitely fucking played it. Alright, no, I've zipped past it. Where are we? No. It's gotta be called something else. Oh, it'll probably be called like Supermorph or some shit. Fucking goddamn Super Nintendo putting super in front of fucking everything. Look at that. Let's look at it. Fucking madness. Alright, that's gonna piss me off. I know it exists. It's gotta be called something else. Yeah, no, like that's for DOS. That's you know, it's very and it's got like a cool fucking intro. You know, kid got turned into like materials. It's like the absorbing man in that regard, but like you know, it's a bit like there are chunks of Last Exit to Brooklyn that are like that, where you gotta just. I mean, a lot of like oh, what's his name? The fart obsessed guy, Joyce. A lot of Joyce is like that. You kind of, you know, I'm like 3 similes in, but it's kind of like reading fucking Old English. It makes more sense if you read it quickly, and just try to let it overwhelm the brain, because you'll start to pick up on the sensation of it. I've just inherited some shit. I love how colors just blue. Ah. It won't let me enter the selection of penis, so now the game can get deleted. Illuminatus has stretches like that, yeah. I do, like, the Illuminatus trilogy are good books. Like, they're legitimately solid. Megaopoly. 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 Oh. Alright. Okay. We'll get this a little bit done, shall we? You are being scanned into the system. Oh, shit. Wasn't he Mr. Spock? Not Dr. Spock? Fuck you, Megapede, you butthole. What am I? Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what? I rag on this shit a lot, but that's actually... Like, I don't want to keep it or play it. But getting Centipede out of, like, just fucking that shit is... You know... Not bad. I mean, 1992's a bit late for that, but still. Yeah, like, it's something that anybody reading Joyce for the first time has to understand, is it was written... You know, he was cackling while he was writing it, because he was deliberately writing something that was a fucking nightmarish maze to read. Cheesy. Alright. Nothing matters but this. Cheesy.
Megapede.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
What the fuck, man? Why can't I move? Ah, fuck me. There's no fucking mapper for this? Fuck you, there's no fucking mapper for this. I think I found pause, which is P. Fucking, how am I supposed to... I bet this fucking munt of a fucking thing uses like a fucking numpad or some shit. Well, you can just fucking die. Yeah, like, it's one of those things that's an example of what I talk about when I say, like, there's no real art to making something fucking impenetrable, you know? Like, it's structured in such a way that you just do need, especially in the modern context, especially, like, you know, in the year of our Lord 2024, you need a fucking guide to tell you about the allusions to things that have not existed and didn't exist outside of Ireland in, like, the fucking 20s. Like, because there's, you know, the keys to understanding this shit are no longer fucking in our world, you know? It's like deciphering a political cartoon from, like, fucking the 1800s. Well, at least we have Cheesy. But the Megapedes can fucking die. Okay. Mega Race! Oh, I think this is on fucking, like, I think it's on 3DO or CDI, one of the CD ones. Alright, we'll have a look at that in a second. I have to pee. Cheesy. Having alternate, like, it's a little, what's his name? Irvine Welsh does something, like, I don't know, I haven't read any of Cormac McCarthy. I have been meaning to read Blood Meridian. Just because I suspect, like, I was looking at people talking about, like, how you'd cast Judge Holden. And my vote, without even really knowing, but just going on, like, that kind of, perception you can develop when you do this enough, is a 7-foot tall actor with Down syndrome. And I think I'm right. But yeah, basically, if you're doing, like, I mean, defined characters is good. But, like, what's his name? Irvine Welsh does this thing where he just doesn't use punctuation marks. He uses indentations for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if there's any actual fucking, stated artistic purpose to that. But the point is, it's stable. Like, if you're gonna do anything, like what was this here? I wrote about this in Language of the Bizarre, which I recommend reading if you haven't. What makes something a language is that there is actually something there, that it's stable. It produces meaning through a stability. You're not just saying random words every couple of seconds with no grammar or structure. The structure can be alien, but as long as there's a structure, you can figure it out. In the future, your Roomba will play video games for you.
And now, VWBT is proud to present the show that squashes reality like...
Oh, that's not irony.
That's right. You better be ready to...
Not about irony with him. It's specifically about creating a clash in people's brains. I don't remember this, but it's fantastic.
Only happens once every few seconds. Hi, I'm Lance Boyle, and people often wonder if I'm real. Do you?
I don't think you are.
Like to race a real high-performance sports car? Like the one of those.
It was a fascinating little moment in culture was fucking Max Headroom.
Right. I mean, where do they get off intimidating law-abiding citizens and taxpayers? You know what I mean?
Like, again,
and something else?
he's not...
Absolutely right. So
a Down syndrome actor playing him doesn't mean the character has Down syndrome. It's about forcing a clash between the natural human instinct to, go, oh, are you okay to someone with Down syndrome? With, evil. It'll make people very uncomfortable. And I feel like that's a key to getting this across.
Here's the deal.
Alright. You have failed to entertain me enough.
Welcome to...
Why does pushing buttons only get more of you? There we go, look at that. Okay. I appear to be selecting some kind of vehicle.
From now...
There's too much of that guy. Alright, better find out what the fucking controls are. Okay, great. Alright, so we got that down left, right. Okay, fire. Toggle enemy zone warning. I don't know what that's about. Who cares? Skip, pause, twist tile start. Alright, we got brake, accelerator on the L2 and the R2. Okay. I think maybe running a bit fast, but... Go. Go, shitty gun. I mean, this doesn't do the pre-rendered racing game thing tremendously well. This is, it's kind of hard to meaningfully feel like you're driving in this one. And my brain keeps wanting to drive it like it's analog, and boy, it's not. Okay, I hit the speed up thing. You see, if I can't crash when I'm going that fast, that to me is a problem. You know?
Oh, sorry, Enforcer. You didn't get the job done.
I feel like that was supposed to be Matt Frewer, and it isn't. Alright, now, what else is... Where is Mega Race? I don't think it's the CDI, but I'll double check. No, alright. I'm pretty sure it's the 3DO. Where are you? Where are you hiding, 3DO? Where have you come from? Where did you go? Where are you? There we are. Let's have a look at 3DO Mega Race. Where's my control? No, it's not fucking... Thank you, finally. You know. I mean, I do, like, I do recommend, like, checking out some, like, you know, like, Norway has that movie Detective Downs. And there were some Down syndrome actors used in The Kingdom, which was definitely one of oh God, what's his name? That mad Dutchman. Did Dancer in the Dark. Come on, Brain. And Nymphomaniac. Oh, you know the answer to this. I gotta triangulate. Did the idiots breaking the waves? No, I'm doing too many things at once. I can't remember 3DO games and fucking...
From now on, you are on your own, Enforcer.
He is in this. Fuck. Come on. Oh, I almost had it. Alright, no, that's... Alright, let's fucking go. God, this is a racing game on a console where up is actually go. I feel like the racing in this works a bit better. You know, it looks better. There's definitely a better sense of, like, presence on the track. You know, it helps that I feel like the cars turn a little smoother, and above all else, like the, you know, it just does look a little bit better. Fuck off. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of my life. I'm gonna shit on your fucking lunch. You know. Lars von Trier, that's it. I knew there was something in there somewhere. I couldn't. I had Carl in my head for some reason, but like, you know, with a K. On the plus side, Mega Race 2. That the 3DO does not have. Yeah, he did, like, again, you know, if you're interested in the nature of filmmaking, etc., then, you know, go watch Lars von Trier's movies. I still think, weirdly, I think Dogville's his best one. But, like, in terms of, like, Lars von Trier works, it gives you a taste of him while being actually, like, kind of good. The Kingdom is absolutely what you should go for. Well, I think it gets, like, called Kingdom Hospital these days. Oh, fuck you. Give me what I want. Stop it. Ooh, look at this. Okay, automatic detection, yeah, sure. Okay. Let's... right, yeah, let's go with that. Alright, there we go, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen Antichrist. God, I just don't have... Okay, so now I've got it installed. I feel like I can fix this if I need to, but like... Oh, fucking... It's just something weird with like... Should let me mount 2 discs at once. Maybe it's something with like. It's telling me I got a syntax issue, so it's probably. And this is where I was a second ago. It's just the sound anyway, so who cares? Alright. It's gonna need fixing. Oh, yeah, no, like, Archer is in one of those things where, you know, first 3 or 4 seasons, maybe even 5, if I can remember which ones are which, like, are some of the best. Like, honestly, just really, really, really amazingly fucking funny. And then, I don't know, Adam Reed just gets bored and wanders off or fucking, you know, hands it over to somebody else. It happens with a lot of his shit. He just seems to tap out. And it's such a shame, because when that show was good, it was, again, one of the fucking best. It was the one I really like got to the end of was like I did not enjoy that was the cocaine. Like I think the season before the cocaine one wasn't great, but has still had some good episodes. But that because I was I was genuinely like, hey, that's a good idea. You'll get like I think this is one of those series that could really do like a focused thing. And then it just fucking just went to shit. Krieger just blew up the fucking cocaine. I mean, like, who cares? I wonder what a Kovox Soundmaster is. The Zodian conspiracy. Get started quick. There we go. Hell yeah. Alright. I have no idea what's going on. Like, what is all this up at the top? Okay. Oh, Oh, okay. Oh, someone's shooting me. This is trying to do something it can't do. And I'm not even sure what it's trying to do. That is a confrontingly obtuse fucking... The Zodani consulate has seemed content to let events gradually dismember its only real rival. Huh? We have left the starship races feeling pretty arrogant. Jurgen's flying, he's a legend in the Scouts, and a ton of Imperial credits. Now we're pinned down, laser fire everywhere by someone or something here on Chaker, a floating hunk of rock in the Rees system. I don't know where I am. I feel like I've just, like, woken up in, like, a fucking convention for a TV show I've never heard of. What happened with C-Lab as well? Like, the frustrating thing is he had, like, actual depth of character. The show was also able to do really good action sequences that were worth watching. And rather than, like, lean into those, he just does this thing where he leans into this overuse of these jokes he just grinds the jokes to the point where they're just not fucking fun anymore. And, like, why? You can make jokes about not being funny occasionally, and really a show shouldn't be doing that much at all. Don't sit down and write a show where you're like, haha, this is dumb, at me while I'm fucking watching the show. See, the Cheryl being loaded was a really good idea, because it lets you actually have her be a bit more of a fucking, useless moron, while also keeping a reason for her to be around. Of course, Mallory is going to keep her employed because she can leech money out of it. It's one of those things. It's like, okay, that's good. It gives you a little bit of leeway in terms of what you can do with the plot without polluting the world that you need your plot to take place in. See, I don't really care for Frisky Dingo just because it's like, for me, it's like the you want party disc? Oh, no party disc. Let's just go. I don't want to fucking... Okay. Great. Nuxo! Okay, how do I... Good old Nuxo and cats. Okay, this has got to be... Can I start the... Oh, there we are. Okay, good. Nuxo! Alright, I don't fucking know, man. Boop. Again, the psychic toilet can work, but you gotta give him some back every now and again. You know, a big issue the show ran into was, like, validating Archer's shit as it got worse and worse and worse. And, like, the thing they had for that was he was actually largely quite competent at his job. And provided you maintain that balance, which is not really that hard, everything works fine. You know, you just needed to, like... You know, Cyril needed to be able to get some back on him from time to time. And that would happen occasionally. I mean, again, the episode where he gets raped and they find out in front of Cyril and, you know, fucking Lana is fantastic. But it also, that, you know, that's it. It happens at the end of the episode and nothing else happens. It's never brought up again. See, even the Pam is a badass thing, like, has some backing in elements of the series as released. Like, they do mention in one of the episodes that she's training to be a field agent. And, like, that's fine. You can even say that she's, like, a farm girl so she can just get the shit kicked out of her because, like, you know, she's used to having to fucking wrestle cows. It's like, that works as well. You know, there are ways you can integrate these things. And the show would even sometimes, you know, get them done. Alright, great. Oh, okay, these are like, look at this. This is like a bunch of people, and not like lollies that someone dropped on like a circuit board. I mean, that's just not great, you know? Like, that is fucking... Well, I feel like that's about as fun as that's gonna get. Yeah, and that should, like... Part of the fun of any kind of world building or storytelling is how to get something to happen within it. You know? That's where the fucking skill is. The ancients, a brilliant starfaring race that existed eons before the current civilizations. We're it, that's us, we're the fucking ancients. It's our responsibility to get this shit done, motherfucker. At least I feel like we'll get the megas out of the way today. Yeah, like, she's already a big, beefy girl. So, she's a big, beefy girl who used to work on a farm. It's like, yeah, if you tell me, oh, well, you're a fucking, you know, thick as shit woman who worked on a farm, you know, and then shows off by, like, lifting me off the ground. Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% believable. Perfectly. I'm guessing the, you know, most recent, the most mature revision would probably be the best. You know, like, you don't need to do much, you know, especially if it's not a focal element. You just need to give the human brain a plausible fucking excuse. That's it. You know? Okie I am the Alpha. I am the Omega. I'll go Alpha. He seems like he's got personality. Oh, God! Oh. I think I'm, like, trying to find the other guy and fight him. You know, at least it has auto-turn. I'll give it that. Fuck. Who shot at me? Oh, I'm fucking headbutting a wall. Oh, nuts to that. Oh, laser. Laser. Look at that! You know what I love? Ah, goddamn, I accidentally pushed play. Fuck. Oh, wow, look at that. I can actually abort the game process startup. That's new. Just the telephone in the top right corner. We have walking mechs, but also burp, 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 burp. Goodbye. I probably will get rid of Mega Race 1 too, because I don't need it if I have 3DO Mega Race. Mega Race 2 though, I'm determined to get that going. I meant to do that earlier, but I was rambling about something. Mega Zeus? Mega French. Alright. You know, like, because unless you're an expert on something, a lot of, you know, a lot of the time we just need a thing that our brain can go, that's why. And we're fine. The rest of the narrative can, you know, tiddle along just as well. Programming by Gregory Jansen. Okay. Okay, menu, settings, play world, P, okay, L. Okay. You know, at least he's got a little smile. Aww. He doesn't have a little smile. Now he's dead. Now he's deleted. Okay. I don't know what to expect. Yeah, I mean, again, like, that's... I mean, you could probably nominally say that Mad Max 1 and 2 run into each other. I maintain Mad Max from Mad Max 3 is actually the feral child from Mad Max 2 on account of the hair. God, that's a weird looking kid. Imagine needing to cast a really weird looking kid and then you just see that kid. You just be like, oh, fuck yeah. He already has the bladed boomerang. I do recommend going back and watching the first one, though. People will kind of like be a little weird about that one. But the great thing about like it, and there's a few other Australian, technically they're post-apocalyptic films. But the thing is like, you know, if you read much in the way of like the history of like collapses, very few of them are like a full tilt, like just like overnight, you know. Like, even, like, and I do regard the collapse of the Western Roman Empire as a collapse. That still took about a generation. You know, day to day. People wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't hugely notice, you know, like, it wouldn't be like 0 to fucking, ah, yeah, I got my fucking, you know, leather undies on kind of thing. You know, and the thing about, like, Mad Max 1 and, like, God, there's another one called Deadly Drive-In, I think, or something, Death Drive-In, Drive-In of Death, is there, like, you know, they're post-apocalyptic, sort of, but there's still so much society around. You know, it's that long collapse kind of feel where, like... And I think there's a great sense of anxiety and fear in that. That, like, everything is still so familiar, but something's wrong. And stuff isn't... It's falling apart, and it's doing it in a way that's too big for me to really see or do anything about. Themes. Like, wow, dude, what's up? I'm Mel Odious, soon to be Mel Guitar God Odious, and I need your help. A most heinous thing has happened, dude. My baby, my lifeblood, my main axe, yes, you guessed it, my candy apple red custom Rocky Road signature flying V guitar has been, like, stolen. Who could be so cruel, you know, dude? And of course, it would have to happen now. Talk about your bogus timing, right, bud? You following me, dude? I sort of puzzled, you know, and I just can't have that, because we, like, for sure have to find my guitar before this night is over. Why is that, you ask? Because read on, man, and I'll try to explain the situation, okay? You see, dude, tomorrow morning is only like the biggest day of my life. My manager, Harry Oldbutts, has finally done something right. I'm like supposed to jam in front of a bunch of bigwig record execs, you know, and I ain't gonna do it without my guitar. Now, do you see why we must be the most triumphant, dude? This showcase is the big break I've been looking for all my life. I'm new to this town, so I have to, like, help me get around. I just know we can find my baby tonight, but it's not gonna be easy. Somebody stole it and I want it back. So, bud, if you're ready when there's, like, let's go six-string searching. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that I'm only 20 years old? Well, let's rock and roll. Goon. You're supposed to type look, and look is supposed to give you like an idea of what's going on around you. Like, is that a bum or a blind man or homeless? How do I look at him? Oh, he's a blind bum. Fast speed. Fast speed. Go. Go, you fuckwit. Can I die? No, can't even walk on the road. Okay. That do anything? That's amazing, like. Oh, I just vanish if I walk up there. Alright, well that's getting deleted. Yeah, I'm glad that, like, I'm really glad that Metropolis is, like, the fucking... I mean, like, you know, again, whether it's actually good or actually bad, who knows? But I'm just glad it's a massive fucking thing. I'm gonna direct porn under the name Pantsless Ford Coppola. Anus. Well, that's a tomorrow problem. That is a fucking tomorrow problem. I'll tell you what we've got for today, though. Come on. Move. Yeah, Willie Eversey. Get it? Do you fucking get it? You know? Do you get it? Willie? So we got more unboxings. Because I've had shit arrive. It's the only time you'll ever get this nonsense from me. Is when it is directly and immediately convenient. Oh, cool. So I got caught up on, like, you know, some odds and ends. And I will say that, like, you know, these are better than, I think a lot, like, you know, figures, in a lot of ways, I think went in a weird direction. Like, I respect the, like, really big ones that are fancy and shit. But also, goddammit, I want posability. I want, like, fucking, you know, I want stuff that does some stuff. Like, I'm okay if it's not, like, a full tilt gimmick these days, because a lot of the time that was just kind of stupid anyway. But, like, one thing, I saw this online and was like, alright, you know what, I actually do have to have that. So, like, the Jada Toys Dalsum comes with, like, stretchy limbs that you can put in, and they're actually, like, bendable. You can, like, twist them and shit. And I was like, you know, that's just quality. And then I found, like, the other thing, too, is, like, I've been poking around on the internet. and I've found that like there are Australian toy stores that are online, much to my surprise. And uh, they've had stuff for like that's hard to get elsewhere for like actual reasonable prices. Like I was looking for like a Legends fucking scale Professor X in the chair, and couldn't find it any. It was on, it's on like Amazon and like fucking eBay for abusive prices. Like fuck you, I'm scalping this prices. And then I found it at an Australian toy store for its original price. Bought myself that. So there's this Australian place that was selling these for $35 a piece, which is like fucking discount. And see, but they had some really fancy fucking Ryu figures going around a while back. And it's like, that's great and all. But like, you know what none of those came with? Like, a fucking Hadouken, and a little invisible fucking doohickey so you can have him like actually throw it and it'll float, And that's what I want. I want like that fucking. I want to be able to like make him do. Like that's the thing about any kind of figure. I want it to do the shit that it does on TV, And it doesn't need to like fucking shoot an actual laser. Although, if we can get there, that'd be great. But like, I just want to be able to like. Well, Dalsim's got the fucking legs. That's fucking great. They're stretchy fucking legs. Ryu has a fucking Hadouken with a little invisible thing, so you can like fucking like have him thrown at that. And I mean, like the Bison is just a great looking figure. Like that, that's some Bison. They're talking about casting Bison for like a new Street Fighter live action movie, and I feel like you've just like Raul Julia was beautiful, and I mean I wish to fuck that the filming of that film had like gone in the order it was supposed to, because they were supposed to like they had Benny Urquidez in as the fucking fight choreographer. That was going to be a good movie, But then, like, Raul Julia had stomach cancer, and so they had to completely invert the filming. They were going to, like, film the story bits first. While they were doing that, they were going to be training and organizing all the fight sequences, and then they were going to film that last. And they just couldn't do that. And that's why it is what it is, and that's a heartbreaker. But I feel like, my vote purely on the shape of his head and his muscles is John Cena. I think John Cena would be an amazing M. Bison for that kind of, like, post-original, like, up to Super Turbo style, like, when he was kind of more slender and just like a Thai warlord. I think he'd really work if you just take a, like, because he's got the same shaped head, and that's a hard head to find. Because John Cena's head is just, like, so many shapes at once. And if you white out his eyes, he can do the big fucking toothy grin. Like, that's the direction I go. And I do bet he would revel at the chance to be a villain, And I do think he's got the capacity to fucking like he's got that ability. I mean the two Addams Family movies are amazing. Really just terrific films. And it's one of those things people talk about like, oh, it's just a lazy adaptation and cash. It's like, those do exist, but also there were ones that were really fucking good. And there was a solid stretch there where like, even the kind of dumber ones were still solid. Like the Beverly Hillbillies movie is not a bad movie. Simple story, start to finish, good little one. Jim Varney getting to like, actually do some shit. God, is John Aston still alive? I could have sworn he was dead. Good on him. Good on him for just fucking never dying. Yeah, like, you can see Cena doing that fucking... because he's just, he's got the fucking face muscles to somehow reveal more teeth than a human should have all at once. And he's got that fucking, like, pale-ass fucking science teeth, The Beverly Hillbillies movie has a scene in it that nearly fucking killed me when I watched it as a child. Basically, like, they abduct Granny and they take her to, like, a crooked old folks' home and they give her electroshock. And there's this bit where they're racing, like, they're trying to, like, sort of break into the fucking, crooked home to release her. And she's just sitting there demonstrating the effects of the electroshock. and it's just her with electricity coursing through, going, nee, 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 nee. And it's brief, like it's just brief and extremely fucking stupid, and it fucking damaged something in me. Yeah, like, and the tragedy is heel Cena would have been amazing. I know that like Austin turning heel and just destroying their business scared the bejesus out of them, so it was never going to happen. But heel Cena would have been amazing. I mean, if you've watched any of Peacemaker, which you should because it's terrific, you should know that like John Cena can fucking act. Like he's like he's got that like almost hybrid of like The Rock and Batista thing going in terms of post wrestling actors, because he can really easily do both. I mean, probably not. He probably couldn't quite do some of the stuff Batista can do. Like I do think Batista is a genuinely terrific actor when he gets going, and I do hope that people give him some opportunities to be like weird and strange, you know. But like John Cena as M. Bison, that's my fucking vote, and I think it would work. Honestly, the weird part is you could. I mean, bare minimum, you'd need like fucking Miro as Zangief, because he basically is. Like, you barely need to do anything. You need to draw some scars on him. That's about it. But I stand by John Cena as M. Bison. Got the physical size, got the physical presence, and like he is a maniac. He's one of the good ones, but he's definitely a fucking maniac. Yeah, like Batista, like I mean, again, the few moments he was in like Blade Runner 2049, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, you can actually do this. Because like at no point should I be getting that affected by like a character who's in this movie for like, maybe 2 minutes. The funny thing is like he could also play Guile. Like that was one of the other things I thought, you could just have John Cena as Guile. But if push comes to shove, I'd rather see him as M. Bison, because I also do think that like he would love the chance to be a fucking villain, and I think that's what you need. You need someone who has the ability to fucking really commit to something fucking absurd. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, the idea of building to a point where Stone Cold was maybe like beat down, desperately, wanted the title back, wanted that, like the whole idea and the concept was good. Like again, I at the time I enjoyed it, but like, I mean, fair play. Like a big issue they had was they had absolutely nobody remotely ready to take that, to take the position that Austin had, and that's a problem. I mean, that whole year was just like a lot of potentially great things being completely fucking squandered. Yeah, I actually went to the effort of downloading the fucking 2049 short film that he was in because I wanted to see it. Like, oh god. I guarantee you could go ask a fucking rock on the ground. A rock that didn't, wasn't even a rock. It was part of a bigger rock when the invasion angle happened, and it would come up with a better way of doing the invasion angle. And it would be maybe just spending the fucking money to get, like, I don't know, maybe some of the fucking important goddamn characters. Oh, yeah, no, like, at that point, it didn't really carry that he kind of was. Like, I could understand maybe in, like, the relative suddenness of the rise of The Rock. Like, Austin had been around a long fucking time before he was Stone Cold. I still remember seeing him as the Ringmaster. And, like, a fucking compilation tape that you could get in Australia for, like, Raw. And then, like, The Rock was like, oh, yeah, here I am. And he was, like, an annoying dick for, like, 6 months. And then he was in The Nation. And then, it was relatively fucking quick. So you could leverage these elements. Oh, well. I mean, the invasion thing is still just, oh, God, how do you fuck that up? How are you so fucking stupid? Alright. What might have been. That's honestly, that is one of the few nefarious things I'd use, like, you know, some kind of AI bullshit. I just want to have some of the great failures in wrestling play out differently. Because what might have been. Alright. So, apparently the fucking, whatever the shit, podcast should be up today. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Podcast should be up today. The subscriber Saturday, still there. Floating around in the Discord if you want to watch me get moderately upset by a tremendously amateur work that's should be free, but is apparently being sold on consoles for like, I don't know, $8. Don't buy it. Aside from that, I'll see you tomorrow and watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.